Alright everybody, this video is going to be about what I do in order to bulk cook my chicken for the week. So I got a couple different things here. Went to Fry's, I got a couple packs of chicken, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it up, open it up, clean it off, and then take you through the process on what I do in order to cook my chicken. We're going to start off here with some scissors. I use kitchen shears for this. Open them up. Really, Eric? Pick it up. Alright, so the packaging is open now. We're going to cut off the fat on the pieces of chicken and the different breasts. These ones seem to have a little bit, not very much fat, so it doesn't need to cut off too much, but just enough to have the fat not cook into with the chicken as well. Alright, next thing we're going to do is going to be to wash off the chicken breast. There's a lot of excess fat on it, so we're just going to wash it off, clean it up a little bit. Alright, so now it's washed up and we're going to cut it up into pieces. I do it this way because it's easier to cook, it's easier to store, and then when you're going to eat it throughout the week, it's ready to go. All you have to do is put it in the microwave. So I'm going to take this glass bowl right here. I'm going to just cut them up into small little pieces, probably about, I don't know, the size of your thumb or so. You can cut them up right into the bowl. And be careful for your fingers because these kitchen shears, when you're cutting through it, can easily cut your fingers if you're not careful with it. So just keep your fingers away from where you're cutting. So like I was saying, the reason why I like cutting it up like this in smaller pieces is going to be because, like I said, it's easier to store, it's going to be easier to cook on the stovetop, but also the marinade, when we put that on after this, it's going to get around the chicken better, and it's going to taste better too. And I've just kind of found that this is the best way in order to cook bulk cooking chicken for myself. And this will last me easily a whole week, if not more than that. We're going to use this marinade here. It's called Grill Mates. I just get it from Fry's as well. It's going to be the zesty herb, and it makes a nice little combination. I use a 1/3 cup water, 3 tablespoons vegetable oil, and 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. I kind of estimate that just to make it quicker. So I'll take the little measuring cup here, go on a 1/3 cup on this. It's going to be that. Good for the white vinegar and olive oil. It's going to be over here. I'm just going to put 3 small splashes for this. 1, 2, 3. Same thing with the olive oil. 2, 3. Okay. Alright, so that's going to be good. Then I just split this thing open. And these marinades are really, really good. So I use them just because they're really easy and you don't have to mess with. It's not too messy until you have to spread it on the chicken. Empty the contents in the bag, and then that's it. It's done there. Throw that away. And then I take a knife or something, stir it up. That's done. I'm just going to dump this into the bowl. Now this is the messy part. At least I like doing it this way because it gets the marinade in easier. I take my hands and I'll mix it in there. However, you can use a spoon or a fork if you don't want to get super messy, but I'll take my hands just like this. I'll mix up the marinade all the way throughout. And then basically you let this sit for as long as you want. I put it in the refrigerator. I'll leave it sit for sometimes at hours at a time, but in the time crunch, if you do, you can just cook it right away afterwards too. You don't have to let it sit there, but the longer it sits in the chicken, the better it's going to taste, obviously. So the chicken has been sitting in the fridge for a little while. I'm going to grab it out now. So it's been sitting in the marinade, as you can see there. It's going to have a lot of good flavor because of that. And we're going to take this and we're going to put it into this big pan over here on the stove top. And all we're gonna do, actually hang on, before we do that, we're gonna turn on the stove first. And that's gonna stay on there for a minute. We're gonna put it into the stove top here. The temperature, I always go about medium temperature, so for me it's gonna be about 5 or 6. And then you're literally just gonna set it in here. You don't need any cooking spray or anything because it's so moist from all the marination on the chicken. So from there, we're just gonna spread the chicken out throughout the bottom of the pan. This is about the max amount of chicken you're gonna want in the pan because you're gonna wanna have it touch the surface where it's hot. Otherwise, it's gonna cook a little unthoroughly. And from here, all you're gonna do is just make sure you're touching the bottom of the pan. Put your little spoon off to the side, take the top, and it's just gonna sit there about 10 minutes. And like I said, at medium heat. And then after about 5 minutes, I might stir it up a little bit, just one time. And then after that, you're going to be done in about 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, we'll come back and we'll check out the chicken and see in a second. Okay, so 10 minutes have gone by. I'm just gonna go ahead and check the chicken here, see what it is. So you're gonna take one little piece. I like to grab one of the bigger pieces. I'll set it over here, cut it open down the middle. And just like you're checking on the grill, you wanna make sure it looks like it's cooked throughout. You don't wanna see any like weird white, clear looking parts. That looks pretty good. We'll check another piece, maybe 2 more. Check this one's pretty big size here. You just don't want to eat undercooked chicken at all. That looks pretty darn good to me. So we'll give it like 30 seconds left, and then we're gonna take that and we're gonna put it directly into a container. And then I like to save the broth because it helps make it not dry when you're eating with rice and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and take a container. So we're just gonna grab this glass bowl for it to cool off in this. And we're gonna take a spatula. Okay. Alright, and that is pretty much it. From here, we're just going to let it cool off for a little bit, and then we're just going to put it in containers. And that pretty much is going to sum up what you're going to do for the chicken. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead and drop a like on the video, and hit the subscribe button too if you'd like to. So, other than that, see you next time.